Hey everyone! Welcome back to Bisexual Men Uncovered, the channel where we talk about everything from biology to attraction, masculinity, and everything in between. Today's question, and yes, it's one that's been whispered, joked about, and Googled way too often, is, why do men even have nipples? I mean, most men don't lactate. They're not breastfeeding anyone. So why are they there? Evolutionary decoration, a cosmic mistake, or something deeper? Well, grab a drink, get comfortable, and let's uncover this together. Section 1. The basics. Let's start where everyone starts. In the womb. Before we become distinctly male or female, every embryo follows the same basic blueprint. Around 6 weeks after conception, all embryos start out with the same body plan, nipples included. That's right. Nipples are built before your body even decides what sex it's going to be. At around 6 weeks, hormones like testosterone start shaping the embryo into a male body, adding testes, changing internal structures, etc. But by that time, the nipples are already there. And nature's not in the habit of deleting working parts once they're built. So, nipples? They stay. Simple, elegant, and a little funny. Section 2. The evolutionary story. But biology never stops at just because. So, evolutionarily speaking, why keep them? Evolution only removes features if they cost energy or harm survival. Nipples don't hurt men's ability to survive or reproduce, so there was never pressure to get rid of them. They're what scientists call a neutral trait, a feature that stays because it doesn't cause problems. Now, that's the simple story. But it gets more fascinating when you look at sexual selection and sensory biology. Most mammals, male or female, have nipples. Some even have partial function. So, in a way, nipples are an ancient mammalian signature. And humans? We just kept them. But what's interesting is how they've taken on new roles, especially in our species. Section 3. The pleasure connection. All right, let's talk about the other reason nipples might have stuck around. Pleasure. Science shows that nipples aren't just leftover tissue. They're part of our erogenous map. Both men and women have networks of nerve endings that respond to touch, warmth, and stimulation. In a 2011 study from the University of Texas, researchers found that over 50% of men reported nipple play as a source of sexual pleasure. And MRI brain scans even show that nipple stimulation lights up the same brain regions as genital touch. So, no, it's not just for show. Men's nipples can absolutely be part of their sexual identity and pleasure. And for bisexual men especially, exploring body sensitivity beyond what's traditionally masculine, it's a great reminder that your body isn't limited by gender stereotypes. Section 4. Cultural weirdness. Now, let's address the cultural side, because nipples, somehow, became a battlefield. Women's nipples? Censored? Men's nipples? Perfectly fine to show on Instagram. Same body part, different rules. Why? This double standard says a lot about how we sexualize bodies based on gender, not biology. From an evolutionary perspective, nipples are neutral. But socially, they've become symbols of gendered modesty and sexuality. For bisexual men, who often live at the crossroads of how society views masculinity and desire, this conversation is even more interesting. Recognizing that all bodies share similar structures can actually liberate how we think about attraction and intimacy. Section 5. Can men lactate? Okay, let's tackle the question that always comes next. Can men actually lactate? Short answer, yes, but rarely. Men have the same mammary tissue, ducts, and hormones, just in lower levels. In extreme conditions, like starvation recovery, certain medications, or hormonal imbalance, men can actually produce milk. There are documented cases of this throughout medical history. In 1896, explorer David Livingstone wrote about a man who lactated during famine recovery in Africa. Modern endocrinology confirms that with enough prolactin, male lactation is possible. So those nipples? They're not just for decoration. They're latent functional structures. Section 6. What it says about evolution and identity. So, when you really think about it, men's nipples are a perfect example of how evolution reuses designs. They remind us that male and female bodies are variations on a shared theme, not opposites. And that's a powerful idea, especially for those of us who challenge binary ideas of gender and sexuality. Our bodies are more similar than different. And sometimes, what seems useless at first glance tells the most fascinating story of where we came from. Conclusion. So next time someone jokes, "Why do men have nipples?" you can tell them, because evolution's lazy and pleasure's universal. Thanks for watching Bisexual Men Uncovered. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video with someone who's ever wondered about their own biology. Drop a comment below. Have you ever thought about your nipples differently after this? Let's talk about it.